Hey everybody, before we get started with this week's show, a little bit of nerd news. The new Terminator in the Terminator reboot is none other than Gabriel Luna, who you might know as Ghost Rider on Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. HBO's hit show Westworld will be heading to Shogun World in episode 5 of season 2. Game of Thrones author George R.R. Martin has killed another beloved character. His Not a Blog live journal. Game of Thrones recently shot one battle for an insane 55 days. The new season is scheduled to premiere sometime in 2019. Netflix has launched its reboot of the classic sci-fi series Lost in Space. We at Nerds Drink Whiskey recommend that you wait until the second episode before you give up on it. It gets way better with the second episode, we promise. In the saddest news this week, The Hollywood Reporter posted that it is strongly rumored that Marvel Comics icon Stan Lee might be a victim of elderly abuse. His 67-year-old daughter, JC, may be a big part of it. His daughter is known to spend between $20,000 to $40,000 on credit cards in any given month. Lee's estate is estimated to be worth between $50 million and $70 million, which puts him at great risk. The abuse isn't isolated to just his money. It also involves collecting vials of his blood. Stan Lee has responded by suing his ex-business manager, Gerardo Olivares, for fraud. I may have mispronounced his name, but if he's screwing over Stan Lee, movie director and podcasting legend Kevin Smith has offered to take Stan Lee in. I have a feeling Mr. Smith would be the superhero Mr. Lee needs. In other Kevin Smith news, his stand-up special, Silent But Deadly, will premiere at 9 p.m. on Friday, May 11th on Showtime. The title, of course, refers to his almost dying from a heart attack shortly after filming the special. Finally, in a story reported by everyone from Forbes, CNN, Huffington Post, and The Today Show, it was claimed that even one drink a day could shorten your life. There is, of course, no peer review study to support this. There has been decades of research that shows moderate drinking to have many health benefits. The American Council on Science and Health even posted a lengthy article on why that hyperbolic story was total bunk. Find it in our show notes, as well as links from our friend John Borden of Sandstone Distillery, who responded by posting several articles about health benefits of moderate drinking. He followed this by saying, "Suck it, CNN." Now, we are looking for someone to take over this segment. If you think you have what it takes, please comment below on our YouTube channel, our Facebook, or wherever you see this video. Now, on to the show. All right, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Nerds Drink Whiskey. Always sip, never slam. I'm going to start this episode off with something I'm going to do once a month from here on out. And basically, you guys have always known me as kind of the fat guy on the podcast. But about a month ago, actually, after about a couple years ago, I started researching different diets. Every diet I tried made me sick. It made me lightheaded. It made me feel weak. And with my paying gig, I definitely can't do that. I finally found a diet that does not make me weak, does not make me lightheaded or sick. So I've been trying it for a month. I started at 283. I'm down 25 pounds. So it's 258. And basically every month I'm going to check in with you guys and give you an update, but I'm trying to get healthier. What diet works for you may not be what works for me. Every person is different, but the one I'm doing right now is called the Fast Metabolism Diet. Like I said, it doesn't make me, it's not like other diets. It's not a torture test. So anyways, just want to let you guys know that. Basically, the more public I am about it, maybe the more I'll stick with it. But right now I'm going to have our Kara, the camera woman, do kind of a quick pan from up to down on me and see. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to take these pans up to down, and I'm going to kind of make a compilation of them so that we can kind of see the gradual weight loss. So, but anyways, from 283 to 258, fast metabolism diet is what I'm doing. Feel free to check in on the comments. And I don't know, comedian Kevin Smith kind of inspired me to get healthier. So hopefully maybe I can inspire some other people to do it as well. If we're more open about our struggles, maybe we can help others. But today we are at Sound Spirits. Now they do a bunch of other things with weird names like gin and aquavit. I've never heard of these words. Liqueur. I've never heard of these words. It's strange foreign words, but I do understand that word in the center, that word whiskey. And so that's what we're going to focus on today is the whiskey. And I wish we were recording, but this guy handed me a shot of some their white dog right off the still. And I didn't think about it beforehand, but I'm tasting it, and I'm like, wow, for a white dog, this is really flavorful. This has really got a strong, white dogs are usually very standard, but it was very flavorful, and then I went to swallow and take the finish, and it was quite strong. And then I asked what proof it was, and it was 160. And your guess is?
Guessing. Yeah, probably somewhere around there.
Yeah. And for 160, it wasn't bad, but when you do 160 without knowing it's going to be 160, that was a little potent.
A bit much, yeah. Yeah, you don't want to swallow that. Yeah.
You don't want to swallow that?
I don't. I try not to drink stuff that's super high proof.
Oh.
Yeah, it can lead to esophageal cancer and.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really? I did not know that. Anyways, so we're now we have reviewed Madame Damnable before, but it was at Proof. And for those of you guys who don't know about Proof is basically kind of a Disneyland for adults. They basically take some of the best chefs in the Northwest, and they pair them up with all of the best independent distillers of the Northwest, and you guys make interesting recipes. Sometimes it'll be, here, drink this shot of whiskey, now taste a bite of this meat, now take another shot of that whiskey, and notice how it tastes different. And they do all kinds of interesting things, but Proof is something you definitely need to check out. We'll have the URL is down at the bottom of the screen. But while we try out and refresh our memory on Madame Damnable, why don't you tell us about it and tell us what we're drinking.
Sure.
And feel free to grab the mic.
Yeah. Madame Damnable, American single malt. So it's 100% Washington two-row barley, but it's aged in new American oak barrels. So it's kind of splitting the difference between a Highland Scotch and a bourbon on the flavor profile. Clocking in at 88 proof. We only do single barrel bottling, so this is barrel 6. It aged for 3 years and 9 months in 30-gallon, again, new American oak barrels. And this was a number 3 char from the Barrel Mill Cooperage. And it's got a nice malty sweetness on the nose, big malty sweetness on the front end, and then it kind of moves through that fiery, spicy bourbon palate. Finishes nice and smooth again.
Now, yeah, this is a single malt, but if I didn't know any better, you could have sold this to me as a bourbon as well. You definitely tasted a more, and maybe it's because I just tried 160, but very mild. What's your thoughts, since you didn't fry your taste buds out like I did?
Well, I see exactly what you're saying with the Scotch bourbon. It's like I'm a single malt Scotch guy myself, and I totally get that. I totally get the bourbon. It's very spicy, like you were saying. It's great. I really like this. Definitely a plus in my book.
Now, are there any plans to sell your white dog separately? And are there any other whiskey products in the works?
Right now, we simply just don't produce enough to release a white dog. We're still just trying to lay back barrels of whiskey. Last year, we had to move Our distillery, we had to shut down. We got 9 months notice that our old facility was getting destroyed. So we had to build out a new location, and so we got this place built out, but it took a little longer than we expected, and we were actually out of production for 9 months. So just trying to get back on track with our old whiskey production schedule. Looking forward to releasing the next barrel whenever it's ready. So keep an eye out for batch 7.
All right. So what is there any distribution on Madam Damnable? Is there any place people can get it other than the distillery itself?
I know that our distributor has it. I don't know off the top of my head who has it in stock, but we always have it here out of the distillery.
Okay. All right. And about how much is that going to run somebody?
It's $35 a bottle.
35. That's not bad for an independent distillery and what is good product. And this is something you guys have been doing for a few years now. So you've definitely kind of narrowed down what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like we're really happy with how this has turned out.
Cool. All right. So we're going to take a quick break here and show you a YouTube channel that we're friends with. And this is called The Crow Guy. So we're gonna clip in with The Crow Guy and be back in just a bit.